More humans have walked on the moon than reached the deepest part of the ocean. Think about that for a second. Humanity has built machines capable of leaving Earth, traveling through the vacuum of space, and landing on another world. And yet, beneath the surface of our own planet exists a place so hostile, so mysterious, and so unexplored that we still barely understand what is hiding there. The ocean covers more than 70% of Earth. But according to scientists, over 80% of it remains completely unexplored. Entire ecosystems, massive underwater mountains, creatures no human has ever seen, and possibly things we cannot even explain yet. Most people look up at space and imagine darkness, isolation, and fear, but the truth is much stranger. In many ways, the ocean is even more terrifying than outer space, because in space, at least you can see the danger coming. In the deep ocean, everything is hidden, and thousands of meters below the surface, sunlight completely disappears. Temperatures drop close to freezing. Pressure becomes so extreme it could crush a human body instantly. Yet somehow, life still exists there. Creatures with transparent skin, giant eyes, glowing bodies, organisms that survive in conditions that should be impossible. Some scientists believe the deep ocean may hold answers to the origins of life itself. Others think it could contain species humanity has never documented before. And some theories are even darker, because over the years, sailors, researchers, submarines, and military crews have all reported strange things deep underwater. Unidentified sounds, massive moving objects, creatures too large to explain. And the deeper we explore, the more we realize how little we actually know about our own planet. So before this video starts, subscribe and leave a like, because the deeper this story goes, the stranger it becomes. To understand why the ocean is so terrifying, you first need to realize how extreme it really is. The average depth of Earth's oceans is around 3.7 kilometers, but some parts go far deeper. The Mariana Trench, located in the Pacific Ocean, reaches nearly 11 kilometers below the surface. That is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. If you placed the tallest mountain on Earth inside the trench, its peak would still remain underwater. And the pressure at that depth is almost impossible to imagine. Every square inch experiences thousands of tons of force. A normal submarine would implode instantly. Human lungs would collapse. Bones would shatter. Even advanced technology struggles to survive there. In fact, scientists know more about the surface of Mars than the bottom of our own oceans. That alone sounds unbelievable. Space agencies constantly map planets millions of kilometers away with incredible precision. Meanwhile, huge areas beneath Earth's oceans remain blank on maps. Unknown, unseen, completely dark. And darkness changes everything. In space, astronauts can still see stars, planets, and distant sunlight. But deep underwater, light disappears very quickly. After around 1,000 meters, the ocean becomes permanent night. Imagine floating in endless black water where visibility is almost zero. No sound except distant creaking metal from your submarine. No idea what might be moving around you. And then suddenly, something touches the outside of the vessel. This fear is not just imagination. Deep-sea explorers often describe the ocean as psychologically terrifying. Some say the darkness feels alive. Others report overwhelming panic even inside safe submarines. Human brains are not designed for endless black emptiness beneath us, and the ocean constantly reminds explorers how fragile they really are. One mistake underwater can become fatal within seconds. There is no easy rescue in the deep sea, no quick escape. If something fails thousands of meters below the surface, you are completely alone. And history has shown how dangerous these depths can become. In 1963, The American submarine USS Thresher disappeared during deep diving tests in the Atlantic Ocean. Communication suddenly stopped. Investigators later concluded the submarine imploded under pressure, killing everyone on board instantly. The wreckage was eventually found crushed across the ocean floor. Years later, similar tragedies continued happening. Because despite all human technology, the ocean still remains stronger than us. But perhaps the most fascinating part of the deep sea is not the darkness. It is what survives there. Down in the abyss, evolution created creatures that look almost alien. Some fish generate their own light through bioluminescence. Others have transparent heads or enormous teeth, designed for hunting in darkness. Giant squid grow to massive sizes deep underwater and were once considered myths by sailors. For centuries, stories of enormous tentacled monsters attacking ships sounded fictional. But eventually, scientists discovered giant squid were real, and even today, researchers rarely see them alive in their natural environment. Think about how strange that is. Massive creatures longer than buses exist on Earth, and humans still know almost nothing about their behavior. And then there are the sounds. Some underwater noises recorded by scientists remain unexplained even now. One of the most famous examples is called the bloop. In 1997, underwater microphones operated by NOAA detected an extremely powerful sound deep in the Pacific Ocean. It was louder than known marine animals and heard across enormous distances. When the recording became public, theories exploded online. Some believed it came from an undiscovered sea creature larger than any whale. Others connected it to ancient sea monster legends. Scientists later suggested ice movements may have caused the noise, but many people still find the recording unsettling, because it sounds almost alive. And strange underwater encounters are not limited to sounds alone. Military submarines have occasionally reported unidentified fast-moving objects beneath the ocean surface. Some crews described objects traveling at speeds impossible for known submarines. Others reported sonar contacts that disappeared instantly. Many of these stories remain classified or difficult to verify. But they helped fuel theories that the oceans may hide more secrets than humanity realizes. Even during World War II, sailors frequently described mysterious lights beneath ships. Some believed they were seeing enemy technology. Others thought they encountered unknown marine life. And across history, oceans have always inspired fear because humans cannot fully control them. Storms appear suddenly. Ships vanish without explanation. Entire crews disappear. The Bermuda Triangle became famous for exactly this reason. Over decades, planes and ships were reported missing within the region between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Some cases were later explained by weather and navigation errors, but the mystery itself captured global imagination, because deep down, humans fear what they cannot see, and nothing hides secrets better than the ocean. Yet despite all the fear, scientists continue exploring deeper every year. In 1960, 2 men aboard the bathyscaphe Trieste became the first humans to reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The descent took nearly 5 hours. Outside the vessel, darkness surrounded them completely. The pressure was so intense that parts of the submarine cracked during the mission. Yet they survived and saw something unexpected at the bottom. Life. Even in one of the harshest environments on Earth, living organisms existed. Tiny creatures moving across the seabed, nearly 11 kilometers underwater. The event reminded millions how unforgiving the ocean truly is. Even modern technology cannot fully protect humans from the immense forces beneath the surface. And the Titanic itself remains another haunting example. When the famous ship sank in 1912, the ocean swallowed it whole. For decades, nobody knew exactly where it rested. It sat silently in darkness over 3 kilometers underwater, while the world imagined what happened during its final moments. And maybe that is why ocean stories feel different from space stories. Space feels distant. The ocean feels close. Right now, beneath the waves, somewhere on Earth, there are places no human has ever seen. Creatures no camera has captured. Sounds no one can explain. Entire worlds hidden below us while billions of people live their normal lives above the surface, completely unaware. That thought is strangely terrifying, because humanity likes to believe we understand our planet. We build cities, satellites, artificial intelligence, and powerful machines, yet most of Earth still belongs to the ocean. Silent, dark, unexplored. And maybe the scariest thing of all is this. Every time scientists dive deeper into the abyss, they usually do not find answers. They find even more questions. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more stories about hidden mysteries, terrifying discoveries, and places humans still do not fully understand, subscribe, and leave a like right now. Because the deeper we go into the unknown, the darker these stories become.